What's up YouTube? Capital G here, showing you guys that Gem Knight FTK for those folk out there who are absolutely degenerates and don't want their opponent playing any Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like any FTK, this deck obviously has some pros and cons. I would say the cons are probably the fact that you'll be labeled a scumbag because you're playing a burn deck, and you'll probably be labeled less than a scumbag because you're playing an FTK deck as well. So it's like you get double whammy there, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons in my opinion. Pro number one, you get to play Lady Brilliant Diamond, one of Cap's favorite cards in the game. I mean, honestly, do you need another reason to run a deck? Like, as long as you get to summon her, like, that should be enough reason to convince you to run this deck. Number two, it is an FTK, as I said before. So if your opponent doesn't have Effect Veiler and you open with your combo pieces, you basically just auto win the game. Number three, if you notice, like, basically everything in this entire deck is searchable, which actually makes it scary consistent. Just about the only thing in here that's not searchable are things like Left Arm. Oh, well, actually, no. Left Arm Offering is like the only card in here that's really like not searchable. Like everything else, there's just like some random way to get to it. You look at your power cards like Black Garden, which is a card that you need to force your opponent to have 5 monsters on the board. Obviously, we run 3 copies of Terraforming. All the spells are searchable because you have Left Arm Offering. In addition, cards like Polymerization are searchable through Black Sheep, which is the whole reason that she's in here. And you run Black Sheep over something like King of the Swamp because this card is searchable from the Zodiac Bullhorn, which, there we go, I can find him. From Zodiac Bullhorn, so it's just an easy way of getting a couple level 4s on the field, going into an Exceed, being able to search, and then using that Exceed as basically 500 damage. And just all of these cards are easily, like, even the power cards like Instant Fusion and Brilliant Fusion, like, they can be searched because this new Predaplant Cobra, when it's special summoned by the effect of another Predaplant, and it will be, you basically just get to search it straight from your deck instantly, which is kind of broken, but thank God. It was supposed to work in Predaplants, but people have been splashing the Predaplants into other things. People have really been exploiting this engine, not quite as hard as like the Zodiac Beast engine, but it's pretty up there. Now, if you guys don't understand how this deck works, because maybe you're just looking at a jumbled mess, you're like, what the heck, Cap? I don't quite get it. You know, I see a bunch of Gem Knights, I see some plants, I see a Zodiac engine here. What exactly is going on here? Basically, you use Black Garden to fill up your opponent's side of the field with a bunch of useless tokens, and then you special summon a ton. That's usually done with things like, well, you use the Zodiac engine basically to just spam the board. You go into like Invoker, you get your Momarat gets you an Exceed, and you detach, you get like another Momarat, you go into a whole bunch of stupid Exceed plays, and you end up with Lady Brilliant Diamond, which can be summoned off of like Brilliant Fusion, which we said earlier is searchable. You tribute Lady Brilliant Diamond, you get Lapis Lazuli, and since the entire board is just nothing but special summon monsters, she'll be able to burn your opponent for 5,000 damage, and she counts tokens as well as your monsters on your side of the field, so there's really nothing your opponent can do about it. They can't summon anything like Gores or anything random like that because their field is actually end up clogged, or their field is clogged. But even if they had Gores, it really wouldn't matter anyways. And then you basically end up using her to fusion summon Master Diamond, and then Master Diamond will copy the effect of Lapis Lazuli, burn your opponent for another 5,000. And unless some way they went second and have like over 10,000 damage, they are going to die. And I just want to take a second to explain a couple of things before I end the video. So Trick Clown is really only in here to work with Gem Knight Seraphonite. You guys know that you need a light monster to summon Seraphonite. I feel like Trick Clown is the best fit because not only is it light, which it is the only light monster in here, so you got to throw something in here, but obviously it's level 4. You can make the rank 4 plays with it, and you got a pretty deep rank 4 pool here, and it summons itself back from the graveyard for 1,000 life points. Just, you know, it's like the ideal fit. Another thing is you're only playing 1 copy of Polymerization. You want to keep this at 40 cards because it is an FTK. Do not lose your copy of Polymerization. When this thing resolves, you had better be summoning Master Diamond. Otherwise, you do not have a win condition. You are going to lose. So don't banish this card from Left Arm Offering. Otherwise, you're basically banishing your win condition. This deck has no grind game. It has to win turn 1. And with that being said, obviously you want to go first. You guys will see there are no traps in this damn deck, so you have no way of defending yourself. In fact, the The only card that has any defensive abilities in its entire deck is Drancy, I think. Like, nothing else gives you any type of defensive measures. And obviously there's no spell and trap removal. So if you go second and your opponent has any way of stopping any of your plays, just go ahead and scoop. Just save yourself the time. If they have spell and trap removal, so they can just get rid of like your Black Garden, or they can get rid of Brilliant Fusion, like you cannot actually win. If they have any effect negation, anything, summon stoppers that actually stop you from doing your full play, you will basically lose. So this is obviously a go first and go all the fucking or bust deck. So let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to show you guys the deck because people were asking for it. Maybe they just want to troll around. That's perfectly fine. Whatever you think, leave that in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.